All right, Grant, pre-show shenanigans. I'm pretty sure this is something that we have done before in a pre-show, just not in a very long time. But with the Super Bowl being this Sunday, I thought
It is
this was
Super
kind
Bowl
of a
week. That
very
is correct.
this was a very timely embracing of debate. Okay, so here's the question, Grant. Out of the major four U.S. sports, and to
Got it.
clarify,
Tennis,
NBA,
golf.
MLB,
Yeah,
golf,
yeah,
water
yeah,
polo.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh NBA, MLB, NFL, and NHL. Which trophy is the hardest to win between the four sports?
Uh, the championship,
I'm
team
talking
championship.
championship trophy. The Stanley Cup, the pennant, the Lombardi,
It
or
actually
whatever the NBA
depends
trophy
how
is
you
called.
look at it. I've never thought about it in this sense, but I'm just throwing it out there right now. Hockey's the hardest to win a championship in. I've never actually considered
So
it. I've never given it the time of day, but I'm just gonna say that.
here is the thing. So in every sport besides the NFL, you have multiple games, right? You can lose one, come back, figure it out, and come back and win.
That's
You can
correct.
reverse
That's
sweep.
correct.
Um, the NFL is the only sport in which you
Best
have
of,
one bad game, it's a you're
best of
cooked.
one.
It's over.
Yes, yes, that's
Best of
true.
one. Weather doesn't matter. Like you get the dealt the hand that you get, and you're playing with that. If you're the Broncos, Bo Nix snaps his ankle in the second to last play. Sorry, buddy.
It's
You got to play
stud
without him the
muffin
next game.
time.
Yeah, you don't get 3 games to try and win the series or 7 games to try and win the series, right? So for that reason, I accept an argument that the NFL is the hardest trophy to win for that reason. But then we got to think about this. Think about how long the seasons are, how long those games are,
Well, that's
right?
also what I'm factoring in. Regular season, getting into the playoffs to begin with.
And let's just stipulate this: the NBA is the easiest trophy to win of any sports.
Well, I want to explain why I think that is the case. I think it's
Okay.
the quote easiest because the playoff structure rewards the higher seed. And by this, I mean the team with the best record in the regular season in that sport has the best chance of actually winning it all. And that sport has the highest odds of not having a phony fraud champ. Okay. Like for a fraud to win the NBA finals, you're going through four playoff NBA teams that likely have multiple all NBA guys on each of those teams to get win the finals if you're a joke. Shout out Dirk. That's like the only time a joke team has won the finals recently. Uh, but it's because of that, how the sport itself is played in a 7 game NBA series. I think there's no excuses if you lose. Like you can't blame if you lose in a best of seven. That other team was better than you. Enough said. Done.
Quite literally.
There was
Yeah.
no fluke. Like if you lose a best of seven, that team's better than you. There's no
Also,
debate.
also to clarify, also referees in these games, like you have many
That's a
games
good
that are
point.
above our God.
NBA, they're up there
But
for bad
the same
refing.
point to the NFL is you only have one game.
Exactly.
If ref makes a call for
A
some
ref should
bullshit
have
at the end
more
of the game,
influence in that single NFL playoff
they
round
have
than an
way
NBA
more
round.
influence that we've seen single
Clearly.
handedly. They have more
Yeah,
influence.
and that's just by nature of first the game itself, football, how it's officiated, how it's played, and also it's a best of one. Each individual ref call is going to matter more for one
Right.
single game. Also in the NBA though, that ref crew changes every single night. There will never be a back-to-back ref crew in the same NBA, just NBA playoff, any series.
Yeah, I
Scott
mean
Foster does not do Chris Paul 2 games in a row. He only does game 4 and 7. Okay.
or
Well,
if Chris
actually,
Paul's playing.
not 7. He will do 4 and 6. All right. 4, we need to
The
make sure that's
extender. You have to
3-1.
make sure it
And then
goes
in
to
game
7.
6, we need that 3-2 to be 3-3. So that's
Yeah,
when
we
you
need to
call
make
it
sure,
Foster.
or it's Chris Paul, and then he'll be in Game 7 just to make sure Chris Paul does not win.
You know,
That's the alternative.
Chris Paul doesn't even need Scott Foster anymore to make sure they go to game 7. Chris Paul will do that on his own, make sure they lose that game 6 and send it to 7. So, there's that. But NBA, everything included, how the playoffs are structured, best of 7, how the regular season is set up. If anything, you could argue there's too many games in the regular season. Guys are sitting. The records aren't an accurate reflection of who the best teams are because guys are shit. At this point, the Nuggets, Everett, Nuggets are like second team in the West. every single night their spread fluctuates because it's based on if Jokic plays or not. If Jokic plays, the Nuggets are a double-digit favorite. If Jokic doesn't play, they are a 24-point underdog.
I mean, that's not surprising at all, though. Like,
No, it is.
It's like the least surprising thing.
It's like, you know, you kind of need to look at the Nuggets record with Jokic because that's how they'll be in the playoffs, not overall, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I will just say, like, thinking about it too, like, baseball, we've said objectively is the hardest.
That is the hardest, I think, for too many reasons. First, the number of teams and least amount of playoff teams on a percentage of the league of all the sports. Right. So least amount of teams, I believe, right now, it's 12 of 30. NFL's 14 of 32. NBA's 16 of 30.
What is now NHL? Actually, do we have a confirmation on that number?
Sorry, correction. The NBA is now, I believe, 20 out of 30 teams with the play-ins. So 2/3 of the league make the playoffs in the NBA.
Gross.
But I think it's okay in that sport because the better teams, like an 8 seed's usually not bouncing a 1 seed. So it's kind of okay. But yeah, MLB is the hardest based on regular season number of teams and then the playoffs itself, the most random. The opening round in the MLB is a best of 5.
Yeah, and we also see a lot more
like why is the only sport
in the MLB also just
how is the MLB the only sport with the best of 5? Like
I wish I could tell you. I wish
the sport where each individual game is the most random, we have it the smallest series. Yeah, that makes sense.
We used to have best of 1s though.
Well, yeah, wild card used to, it used to be that. So I guess it's slightly better, but yeah, no, baseball is the hardest to win off of those things. NBA is technically, and when I say easiest, I mean whoever the best team is on paper will end up winning it.
It's just objectively speaking, I
think NFL
it's the talent gap. The talent gap.
That's another big thing in the MLB.
Huge,
it's massive.
Huge.
Even among the playoff teams, there's a talent gap.
The NFL too this year, I think like we've seen like the playoffs in the NFL are the most unpredictable as well for like part of that reason, at least this season.
Yeah, best of 1s are included in that too.
And you also had just teams that like any given Sunday a team can win. We have teams that we didn't think that would be remotely close in the playoffs in those games, playing extremely close, almost winning it, winning games. And you know, I think as far as like entertainment value goes, like the NHL, we were talking about this earlier. I think the NHL is the most entertaining playoffs to watch. It's the most electric playoffs possible.
And I think another reason why that is the case is because I don't know this off the top of my head, but I feel like the average hockey series is 4-2. You don't see many sweeps in hockey. I feel like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, please, I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass here. I don't know.
You do see some sweeps, but if there's sweeps, they're like very close games. Every single game's extremely close, and it just happened to be that they won each of those.
Yeah, or like Gen sweeps can be included in this too. 4-1, and it's just a ton of tight games.
Yeah. But like every game in the NHL playoffs are always close, regardless of what the final round score is. And all those players, like we'll see it in the Olympics, and we saw it in the Four Nations. Like they care so fucking much. Like they will go and set the tone immediately by fighting 3 people at the start of the game.
Oh yeah,
like it gets so chippy so fast, and they hold that the whole series.
I'm also kind of thinking just on how the sports are played. Like I'm thinking in hockey, if a team is up 3-1. You know, I don't think it's as guaranteed that they're just going to close it out. Whereas in the NBA, if a team's up 3-0, you're not watching the rest of the series. You know,
no, not at all, not at all.
Even in baseball, though, like sure,
then you will. You'll
watch. Like even us, that's what I'm saying. Like even us, I'm thinking of that Mets series, which I think we swept or maybe lost 1 game. Like you know, we're 3-1 at the end of it, and it's like, all right, Dodgers are getting on to the World Series, but. You know, the games itself are still interesting.
No, yeah. Yes. Objectively speaking, yes. I just like in the NBA at that point, it starts to feel like the regular season. You're just like, all right.
Yeah. I will just say, though, on my topic of all these things, I know we're kind of dogging on the NBA here. Also, because of how the sports are structured, I think NBA Finals MVP is the most prestigious award in sports because it goes to the best player.
The finals MVP.
NBA Finals MVP. Winning that award, that more often than not represents who the actual best player of the NBA season was for that year.
Yeah, except last year it was shy. So
But like he was gonna have it.
I know, but
Just best player on the best
there's
team.
some exceptions. There's some exceptions. There's some
I
exceptions.
mean, who should have won it over Shea
No,
for
there's
OKC? Like
they're on OKC.
Chet,
There's
Jalen
nobody. There was
Williams. I
nobody.
mean, obviously it was gonna be him.
Lou Dort. Yeah. Yeah,
Caruso.
no,
I mean, come on.
I know. Given their situation, yes, I know. But still, objectively speaking,
The last time we had a phony NBA Finals MVP was Iguodala.
hey, but yeah, the Martians attack, Grant. You know who to call.
Laser beams pointed to the earth. Death beam on
Death
us.
beam on
Give me
us.
Iguodala.
Yeah, you know who to.
I saw that clip recently over the weekend. I genuinely laughed out loud. It's just the most.
That was like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like kids right now have
Been
no
a long
idea that even
time
happened.
since Kellerman was on First Take.
Yeah.
But
crazy.
yeah, you know what? This is a nice little debate, and I think at the end of the day, it's tough. It's tough disagreeing. Also, I'm just thinking of MVPs awards for the Super Bowl Finals, World Series. Without doubt, Super Bowl MVPs the most kind of like, all right, this can kind of go anywhere. Usually goes a quarterback,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I think of that Malcolm Smith.
It's
Super Bowl
typically
MVP.
it's an offensive player unless the defensive player made a play that literally changed.
They kind of
like
need
Malcolm
a defensive
Butler.
touchdown or a Malcolm Butler. Like,
Yeah. We'll see if the Seahawks can get their lick back this year. But yeah, what a pre-show.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have some more Super Bowl pre-show, and we'll have a lot. We'll have a lot to talk about the game.
I mean, we got a lot to go through this next episode. We got scores. We've got
you gotta do your Gatorade. I mean, I gotta hand out my big man touchdown props. We got a lot. We got a lot to dive into.
Got a lot. And next episode's only Super Bowl, so be prepared.
Yeah. So without further ado, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 368, and it is Super Bowl 60 week. That is correct. I made sure it is Super Bowl 60. I can't believe that's true. We're at number 60. And you know what? I want to start off the episode with this. Everett, on a scale of 1 to 1,000,000, how disgusting and gross is it that the NFL stopped doing special Super Bowl logos? And they just start doing the silver and the LXI. I gave you a scale 1 to 1,000,000. You could break that scale if you want, man. Hey,
I would like to do that personally. Okay. All the character has kind of gone out of
the personality
finals. The personality has gone out of a lot of the finals in every sport. I'm looking at you, the NBA, the Larry O'Brien. That trophy better be on the court this year.
But it's unsafe for the players. And while they say that in the exact same sentence, they also announced we just reapproved for the entire sidewalk to be painted out at all stadiums for the Friday Cup games.
But yeah, no, it's disgusting. It's vile. We got to have some character. Where's all the life? Like, I feel like the moment we hit like 2014, just in the world,
I was going to say,
all the color is gone. All the color is gone.
What is everything? Like the Giver? Gone. Is it the Giver?
Quite literally, we are in the Giver now, guys. It is the end game right now. I don't know if anybody's got. I don't know
who's got that book or whatever that tells everyone everything. Yeah. The Oracle from Percy Jackson. I need you to tell me everything.
Yeah. It's disgusting. We need to go back to it, and like this year they added a little bit of color to the logo, but I don't know.
I'm not talking the theme that I know you've been bringing up. Like, hey, based on the theme,
but like last year we had the New Orleans theme on the LX or whatever it was.
I'm just saying the literal logo. When you Google Super Bowl logos throughout history, right now
it's all the letters. There's no design around
Super Bowl
it.
Trophy and then the letters in silver.
Yeah, there's no design. There's no design around it. It's not silver. Like they've added color over the last couple of years. Like last year for New Orleans, it was a colored design, but it was still the Super Bowl, like the trophy, the Lombardi, and the LIX or LX or LV, whichever number it is. So it's still going on, but it's not like in years past or decades ago where it was the whole Super Bowl and then the number and then you had the helmets and you had the whole color design around it.
Yeah, no, the last one was 45. 45 was the first time that they just did the silver trophy. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's now been 15 straight Super Bowls without life in the logo.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I will just say, though,
50.
I will say, I think just thinking of entertainment and life in the Super Bowl, like the last life Super Bowl halftime show we also had was technically Levi Stadium with Coldplay. Like that's the last time I just vividly feel like there was color and stuff and vibrancy involved in it. So
Yeah, when it comes to Super Bowl
although
halftime
you know what, the one
shows,
that was
my
in LA
memories are
too,
little.
the one that was in LA with Dr. Dre and Snoop, that one was pretty colorful, although it was a little white, but in Draper, still monotone. But yeah, that's my soapbox, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an amazing week of Super Bowl content to dive into. I will say also an interesting point to bring up this year. Nothing is overshadowing Super Bowl week. There's not a new piece of news in a different league, different sports. Not like Shohei just signed the Dodgers right now or anything. Nothing too crazy. But Everett,
Oh, we say that now.
well, let's just wait till Wednesday, all right? Wednesday's when everything's gonna go down,
Get
boys.
through it.
Just wait till Wednesday, all right? And don't count your chickens before they hatch. If it's 4 p.m. on Wednesday and you're like nothing's happened, wait.
Well,
Don't be impatient.
Don't
be impatient.
Specify. If it's like 4 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday.
Well, I'm thinking Pacific. My apologies.
But I'm saying, but just specify. And nothing's happened yet. Just wait until like 6 o'clock Pacific time, because
I'm gonna say you gotta wait till 10 p.m. Eastern.
But
okay,
that's
to officially call
wait, just wait until 6 p.m. Pacific time, because that's when we finish recording, and it's always right after we finish recording that something comes out.
Very good point.
That's your time.
Extremely good point. But I was saying that there's nothing overshadowing the Super Bowl this week. Everett, if you remember 1 year ago right now, the Lakers trade for Luka Doncic. It has now been 1 year since that trade. Luka has officially spent, not 365 days. He was probably in Slovenia over the summer, but he is technically a Los Angeles Laker for 365 days. It's been 1 year of Luka in LA. And I would say, update from an LA native living here. Has the city of LA bought into the Luka hype yet? Easy answer, no, they have not. Also, kind of an excuse as to why they haven't, though. Dodgers are really good at sports. So, it kind of makes sense that Luka hasn't fully taken
on sports
over.
Collectively, because all the players each are also good at other sports. So
that I was just speaking broadly there. But yes, look up Mookie 300. You're about to be interested in bowling clips, okay? But Dodgers are looking really unbelievable right now, so it's understandable, and they keep making all the noise. But Luka is now officially here. Everett, there were also a couple of headlines this week, which I thought made perfect sense Super Bowl week. This is from NBA Central, not Central, Central. The Lakers and LeBron James have mutually agreed that they want to part ways and kind of end this whole LeBron and LA chapter, which for the Lakers sense, they have to do this. They're not going to win a championship with LeBron on this team, and Luka's 26. So you got like 2 more years of GOAT Luka. Like Luka Doncic can still be just
so the
not caring at all in the offseason. He's still dropping 40.
What do you do with the team now to set Luka up this offseason with LeBron moving? Really?
There's a lot involved here, but I will, and I'm no basketball expert. Okay, I can't explain correct basketball moves.
And also make the point that Giannis is probably being traded.
I want that headache. All right. Right now, it's like for the Lakers, I'm thinking of the Mavs team that Nico Harrison built that made it to the NBA Finals 2 years ago. And that team, if you look at the guys that were around Luka at the time, not necessarily Kyrie was there. Okay, big name star, sure. But, it's not like they have an AD with LeBron. They don't have another all NBA superstar partner with Luka. If you surround Luka with good defenders who can switch, you give him two centers who can rotate split minutes, and you just have fresh guys around him, Luka himself can just win you
So
series.
a whole team.
Well,
The whole team doing everything else.
Lakers have a lot of these parts right now. Like Ayton is fine for his role. Hayes, Evans, Ite, or like you can just find random centers. Like the Mavs were rolling out Lively and Gafford, I want to say.
Gafford, Lively and Gafford, yes.
They're pretty good, but it's like, it's not like they got Bosch down there. So, it's not like they got like Prime Dwight, but it's like you don't need to go get another 50 million all NBA guy with Luka. You don't really need that. It's probably not worth it. You're best off surrounding him with a bunch of 15, 20 mil guys, which good thing Lakers are doing.
His JaVale McGee.
The issue is, though, they're certainly keeping Reeves, and he's going to get 45 million a year the way he's playing. He's going to, yeah. But that's fine. LeBron's gone, so boom, there's the max swap right there. You're actually saving a little bit of money with Reeves getting that money and LeBron gone because Reeves doesn't have super max. So you save some there, but I just think right now Lakers, as long as LeBron's there, I can't really get hyped on this team. I think I officially announced last year when Luka got traded, I am back in on the NBA. That was cap. I'm not. I need LeBron to go, then I'm back in on the Lakers.
Yeah, I will say I don't really watch the NBA regular season. We've been very adamant about that on this podcast. I do love playoff basketball. And the Timberwolves, especially because of that. And I'll catch a Timberwolves game every here and there, especially when I'm in Minnesota.
T-Wolves also have fantastic playoff series that are very.
But now here's the thing: very fun to watch. I'm in currently on the NBA in the playoffs because of the Timberwolves, and just I'm with the Timberwolves in general right now in the regular season. But if they go and trade for Giannis Grant, I am saying right now I am out. I am out on the Timberwolves.
Out. Okay.
Because what it will need to take will blow up all the team chem that they have. That shit, it's like FIFA. That's all red. It's all red. All red. It's not going to go well. And, you're going to get rid of McDaniels and Gobert, and it's just, or Randall. Like, why would you do that to go and get Giannis? Like, I know it's Giannis, but, like, what are we doing? Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the big trade right there. I think I saw some things, though, that on betting markets, Chicago Bulls are now the favorite to land Giannis.
Also, kind of would make sense because the Wolves have been trying to work to get Kobe Durant from the Bulls, so you could have a little 3-team trade there to get Giannis to the Bulls, Durant to the
Kobe
Bulls.
Bryant from the Bulls?
No, Kobe Durant. Kobe Durant.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's his name. Kobe Durant. Is that not his?
When I look up Kobe Durant, it's showing me an LA Rams cornerback.
yeah, that's what I'm looking. Hold on.
Are you sure that isn't Kobe White you're thinking of?
Yeah, Kobe White. Sorry, Kobe White. I don't know why I had Kobe Durant on my mind. He's a corner. I just watched him play. He blew the fucking.
Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant. Maybe you're thinking NBA names.
Yeah, I was thinking the way that it was spelled with a C. I think that's why it came up. Anyways. As you can tell, I don't watch a whole lot of the NBA, but yeah, that's we'll see. That is what they should do, though, objectively speaking.
Yeah, I will say that it's kind of tough to be all in on the NBA now. The other day, for fun, I was scrolling through the top scores of the night. I saw Jarrett Allen on there. I saw Ayo Dosunmu on there. I saw Dylan Brooks with a 40 bomb. Pretty much what I'm saying is a lot of these guys are unrecognizable. How the hell are you leading your team in scoring? So
no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
I honestly think the solution to this is they need to shorten the NBA season. I know that messes up your all-time records. I know that messes up your points, rebound. I know. But one solution is just to not do an in-season tournament. Well, I don't even think that really changes anything because you're not adding any games.
It's like they try to.
You just got to go from 82 to 60.
So
that's not fixing anything. Like, hey, if you want to up viewership, an easy way to do it is actually limiting the number of games so each individual game matters.
We've talked about this before. The NBA has a offensive issue. Maybe we need to make defense matter a little bit more.
Well, I think yes and no. In the playoffs, it's laughable how different the effort is. It's like, oh my, the whole year they could have been doing this and they just don't. When you're watching the playoffs, it's like, oh my, like, yeah, they are showing you right now at their effort level, dude, we play at half speed in the regular season. Like that's what they're
which
telling
is
you.
why we don't watch it.
No, exactly.
Why
But
we
I
don't
think the
watch it.
only way to solve that is limit the number of games.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, Grant. I got someone to move into the NFL here. Talk about a little bit of stuff in the NFL. Um, Obviously we're talking about the other week. Shador Sanders, Pro Bowl invite. Joe Flacco, Pro Bowl invite. Somehow the Browns got two quarterbacks into the Pro Bowl this year. Interesting development there. But Grant, CJ Stroud was invited to the Pro Bowl, but declined it because he wanted to prepare for next season. No, Grant, he declined it because he didn't want to get clowned again after what happened in the playoffs, because that's exactly what would happen if he showed up and just didn't perform well.
I'm thinking about the Pro Bowl though. Like, shouldn't that have
There's Pro Bowl
happened
challenges.
yesterday?
I'm pretty
Like,
sure I have seen nothing about it. I think it might be played on
I
Tuesday now.
I don't
I think
even
it's played tomorrow. I have
I
no
don't know
idea.
how it works. So
They
like,
they messed up the Pro Bowl so much that I legitimately do
I don't know
not
what they're
know
doing.
what is going on. I have
And
no
it's
idea.
not like they've
They might
made
have
any
moved it where the Pro
statements
Bowl.
anywhere telling you
I
what's
thought that
happening. Like,
they might have moved it so that it's during Super Bowl week now, but what the I actually have no idea. I
yeah.
legitimately
Well,
don't know.
because yesterday I was sitting there, I'm like, there's nothing crazy on. I'm like, wait, shouldn't today be the Pro Bowl? I was like, wait, isn't
No,
Sunday
that's what
before,
I was saying there too.
like,
It's
shouldn't
like
today be
I
that
haven't
day?
seen anything about the Pro. I haven't seen any of the challenges. I haven't seen any of the like general promotions. I haven't seen any of the game. Like I've seen nothing about the Pro Bowl.
I think
And
another reason why the Pro Bowl it's kind of tough to do is like the two teams in the Super Bowl, they don't have any guys there. Whereas I'm thinking other leagues, All-Star weekend in every other league equals tampering week,
it's also in the middle
Like,
of the season. To be
no, I
fair,
know. There's
so
so
you
many
can't do
reasons
that in the
why.
NFL.
But it's like, maybe it's like a mini tampering week for the guys there. But like, if you aren't in the Super Bowl, unless you made it to the championship game, shit. If you made it to the championship game, you're not going to the Pro Bowl. So it's like, the tampering opportunities aren't even that crazy.
Yeah, I just look. We were talking about this like 10 years. Pro Bowl needs to go back to Hawaii. Pro Bowl needs to be contact, and I know that we're trying to remove injury. No, that's what made the Pro Bowl actually enjoyable. Is you had Sean Taylor going and killing people on the field. And I say that meaning like he just go and full speed
Well, I
contact
agree
hit.
with you.
But
I think unfortunately it was this generation of players that made the decision we're not
I know,
going hard.
I know. But at a bare minimum, you got to put that thing back in Hawaii. Like that was the staple. I think. Like I know it makes it so hard, but like
And the
that was the
jokes
whole.
write themselves. They're going to Hawaii, like
That was the whole
get
aura
bounced.
of the Pro Bowl.
Andy
Was
Reid
going to
repping
Hawaii.
that sick Hawaiian and the shorts on the sideline. I
And
saw a picture of
the
that today.
hula, the lay.
Yes, yeah, yes,
Honestly,
yes. Like the Arizona head coach. Yes.
yeah.
Still don't know his name, but he always got that on for Fafita.
But yeah, you know what? Speaking though of Arizona head coaches, the Cardinals hired
Wow.
Mike LaFleur. So there's two LaFleur head coaches now in the NFL.
Brothers,
Mike LaFleur,
correct?
brothers,
Younger
and
brother.
he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the Rams OC this past year. And the Raiders are likely to sign Clint Kubiak from the Seahawks to be their head coach this next year.
Real quick on the Clint Kubiak Raiders thing. So I was saying, shout out Jeff Pearlman. Everybody knows who that guy is, but he was saying that the language in that announcement, what can you repeat exactly? The Raiders are what
Are likely to sign.
are likely. So he said that terminology are likely to sign. He's like, this means Clint Kubiak hasn't accepted yet, and it could go 50-50. Like that language right there, Jeff Pearlman was saying, like, yeah, no, that means Clint Kubiak hasn't signed anything yet. And he's thinking there's a likelier chance than not the Raiders screw it up and he's not their next head coach.
I think with Brady there though, because Brady's been running this coaching search more than like anybody from what it seems like. Maybe Spytek's in there with him.
Who? Spytek?
Spytek is their GM's
Excuse
last
me.
name. Spytek is the GM's last name, which is ironic.
I thought you were talking about
But
some Bill Belichick G-force
no, I
spy
know, which is why
gadget
when I was
stuff.
like, that's ironic. That's ironic, dude. But they've been running it, and I don't see them fumbling it like that. And Clint, my understanding when I read something like that is like they wouldn't put it out unless they were pretty certain that it's going to happen. Like it doesn't mean 100%, but I would be very surprised if that does not happen. Especially because we've seen it with so many guys. Head coaching opportunities can come and go in an instant. Like you're not going to give up. And like the Raiders have the number one overall pick. They have Brock Bowers. They have Ashton Genty, Max Crosby. Like they have so much to work with that's something that like you can't really give that up if you're Clint and like that opportunity.
All right, I'm reading some new things, and nothing's been officialized.
No, they
But
can't officialize it until after the Super Bowl.
okay,
So
okay, yeah. So that also makes sense.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see, but my expectation is that's what's going to happen. Like every major publication has kind of put out that he is going to be the Raiders head coach. Like they are acting as if he is currently the Raiders head coach with the vacancy filling. Um,
Do you think
but
this
it won't.
will impact Seahawks Super Bowl offensive
No,
performance?
because he
Yeah, I
can't.
don't really
He
think so
personally
either.
can't do anything until like it's
Yeah.
not like college football where you need to
Well,
immediately put
that's
your
another
staff
thing.
together.
Even if he is the head coach, it's not like they need to go recruit today, So it's like,
No, no. Like
yeah, I don't
it,
think it will
it
really
really,
impact the
it
game
really
itself. If
won't
anything,
make that big of a
shit,
difference.
Clint, this might be like, this is my last rodeo as OC. Fuck it, I'm going all out right now. This is it.
Also, like you're about
I'm
to go from a
coach the
Super
rest of
Bowl
my life.
contender to the number one overall pick. Like, yeah, you're gonna want to win the fucking Super Bowl this year.
Dude, yeah, it's like,
Um,
hey, knowing what I'm about to sign up for, I'm not gonna have another shot at this for a couple
like
of years.
I will say though, just thinking about it, having if you want to go offense or defense, like you should be hiring a guy that is the opposite side of the ball as the head coach they currently work for. Like Clint Kubiak is running the entire offensive side of the Seahawks right now. Like he's essentially the offensive head coach in
Yeah,
that
no, and it
regard.
makes sense because Mike McDonald's all defense,
Right.
so
Right.
it
So
adds
like,
up.
but that like that makes sense. So like if you go like that's like a clear thing you're going to see. This guy's been managing the entire offense this whole year. Like he probably knows a thing or two about how to be a head coach in that manner when he hasn't been one before because of that. Compared to like hiring a head coach from somebody who might not be play calling or like running that side of the ball. Like if you hired a guy right underneath Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's play calling the offense. He's managing the whole offense. So if you hire their OC, they might be really smart in it, but they might not have really ran the whole offensive system like
I
Clint
also think
Kubiak
I'm
has
literally
with
thinking about this right now. I don't know if anyone's ever brought this up, but I feel like if you have experience as a play caller, offense or defense, it gives you some sense of confidence in yourself as a coach where like you're just reaffirming things. Like if you're play calling well, dude, I literally am the guy calling the shots and we're doing
mm-hmm.
well. I feel like
Right.
your perception on your impact, like how confident you are in yourself as a football coach, it can only increase after play calling and having that experience.
No,
Assuming
I fully
at any of
agree.
those guys who have a chance to be a head coach, you were a really good play caller. So you are going to be
Yeah.
you're going to be good in that sense. And
Or you work for somebody underneath somebody who is such a good play caller that they expect you to have learned so much from them that you can translate it to your next team.
oh yeah, exactly. But coaches are interesting. They are an interesting beast. And what is it? I think is it 16 new OCs?
Offensive coordinators.
Yeah, just OCs. I think I read that this is the most amount of new OC hires in a single season in NFL history. Because teams with head
sure,
coaching jobs still change. Like we changed. Like
it sounds about right.
Because there's 10 head coach openings. Shit, maybe
No,
another 10 more
I mean,
OCs.
it sounds about right. So I don't know, but
I think though right now it
go
makes
and check
sense.
the numbers.
Like maybe this isn't how you should look at it, but if 2/3 of the league are changing OCs this year and giving guys their first ever stab at it, does it make you feel a little bit better to also do it if you're thinking about it? Like if everyone
Oh,
else is doing
100%.
it,
Yeah.
you're like, you know what, we might as well. Like,
Like that should be. It should be the way that you think about it.
yeah, I'm
But
just thinking that sense where, like, I think also a lot of NFL head coaches right now, how it stands, they're in a period of reinventing themselves. Their philosophies, how they coach, and it's for good reason. The NFL is evolving in terms of how it's played very fast over the past 2 years. All right,
yeah,
defenses have completely changed. Everybody is showing up in these
it's the
crazy
cycle. It's the
zone
cycle of
disguise
recycling.
cloud
Yeah.
coverages, just so much rotation, so much zone going on. Uh, and it's like, yeah, for the past decade, DCs have had their ass on the hot seat, getting lit up by these offenses, and they've had a decade to adjust. So after a decade,
And
yeah,
now
no,
I think
we know how to shut down your RPO now. We had a
it's
decade.
also like the offense. I think especially from the consumer standpoint, like people, if you love football, you like both sides of the ball. But if you're just a general consumer, like you care way more about the offense and watching the offense play because points come out of it. For the defense sometimes maybe, but offense, that's where your points come from, and it's
I
more
think it's also
explosive.
very
It's more
dependent
stuff.
on who your favorite team is. I think that that's
True,
a big
true. But I think end of the
impact on
day,
how
like
you
the
look at
general
this.
consumer, the general watcher of the NFL, the general fan of the
Oh,
NFL
100%.
probably values
Let's say
the
this.
offense
I
more.
think this is how we do it. The Vikings and the Chargers are not playing in the football game. What do we want to see? Points.
Right. Yeah.
We care about
Yeah.
offense. Yes.
Yeah. But and I think for that reason, like when you have the pressure of like a bad offense, like those offensive head coaches and those offensive coordinators feel that pressure way more right now than they have at any other time because the defense have adjusted so well. Like when you have a bad defense, you're like, all right, shit, we're putting up all these points, we're getting all these points scored on us, but at least our offense is good. Our offense is putting up all these points. Our offense is,
Yeah.
whatever, right? But like when your offense is bad, there's way more noise about the offense being bad, even if your defense is really good. I think that's the thing.
Ooh. Actually, yeah. I'm with you on that. Uh,
That's my whole point. And I think it's a lot of the time it's because you're hearing it from the fans. The fans are like, we can't fucking score. They never acknowledge that the defense is great. They're like, cool, we let up 10 points this game, but we scored 3. Like, that's the whole thing. It's always the great defense, a great but, and it's the but area of that is like where the most noise is.
yeah, I mean, I don't have numbers off the top of my head, but if you were telling me right now, just on average, that the average NFL defense is like for this season is one of the best it's been in the past 20 years, it's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just
Yeah.
the average NFL defense right now is like fourth if you took a 20-year rolling period compared to all 20 years together.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
so I don't know, like
shit. Also, just while we're on this, I'm thinking about it. It's like I was explaining this to my roommate who's like getting into football, where I was like, there was a
former
period of
roommate, former
former
roommate,
roommate, yeah.
former
There
roommate.
was a period of time where yes, you could murder people on the field in the NFL. Yes, and in our
Just
lifetime,
play the
yes.
clip of Pac-Man Jones right now.
Oh,
Just
well, not even that. I just told him like just literally look up NFL biggest hits, and it's the highlight tape to "Here comes the
yeah,
boom." I'm
boom.
like, wait for that one. Find
Oh,
it.
just wait until they make it. It's the next one is going to be a spoof, and it's "We bring the boom, we bring the boom to you."
How many little snippets of Quinn Ewers hitting the dance will be in that video?
It's always in between each cut to the
Every
next
time,
one.
that's what we do. It's just
We
Quinn
do.
hitting that. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. Uh, but I'm forgetting what the initial point of that was.
I don't. You're telling your roommate, former roommate,
Oh
that
yeah,
we
well I
bring
was
the
just
boom.
explaining biggest hits on that sense. Like you used to be able to kill people, and I think as the NFL cut out the hits in the mid 2010s, like for example, you throw over the middle against Ray Lewis, that slot receiver. First, not only is it an incompletion slash pick, second, the dude's out for a month. Okay, so we're not throwing over the middle of the field against Ray Lewis, both
Unless
logically
you're
for the
leading
football
tone.
game and physically for our health.
Yeah.
Not a good idea. But I think just the second they start banning unprotected hits, the second they start banning defenseless receiver hits in that sense,
The drop tackles.
the DCs were suddenly like, oh shit, my Tampa 2 middle hook, like you're actually not like you're actually playing a 10-yard middle hook here because they can just throw a tight end in and you better make this
Mhm.
tackle and you can't helmet to helmet him or else you're out of
And
the
then we
game.
started adding the motions in too, and it's like, how am I supposed to stop the running
Yeah. So
receiver through the backfield?
like offenses pretty much had like a 7-year grace period where it's like you now can't kill me over the middle. For the past 30 years, DCs have had this idea of my mic's just in the middle, they're not throwing there. Now you still have the mic in the middle of the field, but oh shit, he runs a 4.6 and their slot runs a 4.3. So like we lose that every time if I ask him to guard the slot over the middle. So now DCs are like, oh, like I actually need to think about what goes on here. And they had a decade to do it. Okay. They had 12 years, and now OCs are now like, we should make it so you can't even tackle an offensive player. All right. Where are we going next?
It's flag football.
Yeah, I think the worst thing anyone's ever said is ban the too high. When Mel
Yeah.
Kiper was on that, it's just like, dude, if you ban that, bro, I think the supply of DCs is about to cut by 800%.
Yeah,
not
Grant, you
doing
will
that
be the
bullshit.
next DC
You're
of
not doing
the
that
Los
shit.
Angeles Chargers.
If
You will
I
be
have
the
to run
next
one
DC.
high every game against Josh Allen or shit. Also,
Yeah,
teams
have
are
fun
just going to
running
construct.
cover one.
Teams are constructing their whole rosters differently if you have to run cover one the whole time. We're paying receivers now because they're one-on-one. Like Jordan Addison's getting 35 a year if it's one high only.
Just playing man coverage. You're like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, and even if you run cover 3, like you're essentially playing man if it's just you in the deep third one-on-one with Jordan. So you're essentially still playing man.
You just have one double pivot route. It's over.
Your safety's not getting over to the sideline.
It's over.
No,
God forbid you have Brock Bowers running that too, or Travis Kelce.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so much going on right now. People debating rule changes and stuff. I think at the end of the day, it's not a rule change that's gonna like fix anything. You're gonna make it worse. Like you got to give these OCs 6 years. It's a long time, I know. You got to give them a while before it's a brand new RPO shows up in an offense. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see because I feel like we've seen some shifts over the past like year and a half. Like it's been subtle. So I'm curious to see this next year how things change. And I think that was a big reason why this year we saw a lot less disparity between teams. Like any team could win any game any week. And it was a chaotic year. And I think that's partially why, let alone obviously injuries, but was because we saw a lot of schematic changes occurring that we hadn't really seen in the past, even though it was kind of happening subtly. So next year, I'm curious to see kind of how things go.
Also, I have no numbers on it. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm probably wrong, but I feel like right now there's an injury problem in the NFL.
Oh, there's a massive one
you agree?
specifically with the 49ers. But
like I don't want to be like complaint prisoner of the moment, but I feel like right now guys get hurt way too easily, which you should think, rule changes, just evolution of medicine, that it should be decreasing. And you know what? On the sense of a guy tears their ACL, when they come back, they're much better than what they used to be. So there have obviously been improvements, but I just feel like there's still so many just injuries that just kill your season.
There has been, and we have guys taking helmet shots to like their knees, and those guys also that are taking the shots, like, not necessarily your fault that a safety just, speared your kneecap, but also maybe you should be wearing your knee pads because a lot of players
I'm thinking
right now don't wear their knee pads.
Also, though, just like non-contact, like even in the NBA,
that's also
number
like
of Achilles.
The
and
NFL
ACLs.
is really like turf. There's been a large spike in Achilles injuries in the past year. Like this year, ACL.
Dude,
and Achilles
I feel like Achilles has gone through the roof since Kobe tore his, like 2012.
I really don't like that. Could be a correlation. Like I don't.
But I agree. But it's like, how could Kobe tearing his Achilles cause the world athletes to have more, like that doesn't make sense.
COVID.
No. I said like since Kobe tore his Achilles, I swear now there's an Achilles every year of a major player.
Yeah, you're saying Big Achilles has there's a going on behind the scenes.
Big Achilles. They're showing up on the scene.
Yeah, I don't know. It is interesting.
I
But
feel like that is a problem though, and like I don't really know solutions for it because it's like
there
I
really
don't think
isn't.
changing rules will
It's
decrease that.
biologic. Like
It's
that
like
stuff that stuff is really like
a
based on
non-contact, like
non-contact, and like turf has a thing to do with that. Like the way that you train in the off season has a way, like a thing of doing that. The way that you recover has a way of affecting that. um so like biology has a thing on that. So there's a lot of moving parts and analysis that have to go into that. But the things that are controllable in the way that you train, the turf especially. I'm looking at you.
well,
I'm
I think
looking at
that's
you,
a
MetLife.
really good point there. The turf and the impacts that has.
Like, look
Uh,
at soccer. How many Achilles injuries does
well,
soccer have?
I'm saying using that example right now, like in theory, like an NBA player, an NFL player, I think they are making more sudden, hard
Yeah,
cuts,
it's much sharper movements.
and because of that, a lot more stress on your little movements. But it's like the Achilles primarily. I cannot tell you the last time a soccer player tore their Achilles. I literally don't even know if that's
To
happened
be
in the
fair,
past
it
10
is
years.
there's less extreme movements in soccer though.
Yes, yes. There could be many reasons explaining that one.
Yeah.
But like,
Cleats are also different in soccer too compared to the
ACLs
NFL.
in soccer, like there's still a lot. Like, that I don't really think there's I mean there is less on grass than turf for ACLs,
To be
but
fair,
there's still
also
many
though,
ACL injuries
soccer
in
you
soccer.
use the muscles in your knees way more.
Every time you kick, you're using your
Right. So
ACL a
I mean, it
lot.
makes sense. Achilles, you're not pivoting as much like you are in football, so like that is a usage
Like I'm
difference.
thinking of that
But
Halliburton injury. Just
that
dude like just gets the
the
ball.
NBA,
He's
but like
like
the
setting up a
NBA
pick and
last year, like in
roll.
the
Like
NBA playoffs specifically, there was a lot of Achilles injuries, which is concerning, and that might be the shoe. Like I really don't know.
I I think that literally is AAU. These kids play 5 tournaments a week now, and
It's
you play
very
like 6 games a day.
It's
Like
very
this is
possible.
crazy. Like that is crazy. 2 AAU games in one day. That's pretty
Yeah.
unrealistic. And
Um.
in AAU, if you're the best player on the team, you play the whole game. Ant was fully playing 96-minute days in AAU, playing soccer matches.
Hey, it paid off though. It paid off. Um. But
I've also heard some
yeah,
quotes recently
yeah.
going around that, last thing I'll say about basketball, college basketball has been a lot of hype around these freshmen. A lot of hype this past weekend. AJ DeBonsa out of BYU, going up against Kansas's Darren Peterson. Everett, I think you're in a prime position to answer this because your superstar player has been accused of the same thing. But similar to Anthony Edwards, uh, Darren Patterson on the Kansas Jayhawks has been accused of not liking basketball and preferring to be in the NFL. I think that might be up there for one of the best traits of drafting your next NBA superstar. If he doesn't like basketball, I think that shoots him up the rankings. Okay. He is
Yeah, he should
quite
go
literally
1-1.
doing this for a paycheck. Like, no, he doesn't love this shit. Like, I show up to
Like,
the gym, I hit my threes, I'm better than everyone because I am. It's like you arguably want that guy more
well, I mean,
intrinsic
it's not
motivation
like
on himself, other things.
it's 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 not like the Kobe Bryant mentality. Like having that mentality is obviously the best thing I think you possibly can have, like Mamba mentality. But Anthony Edwards is a weird mix where like he does love basketball. He
Yeah,
just
he's making fun, I think, when
he
he's like,
does love
yeah, I don't
basketball, and like
watch basketball. He's lying. I
I
mean,
mean, he might not watch it, but I think he loves playing it. Like he loves playing it. And I think when you're like, hey, I might rather play in the NFL than the NBA, like I do think that it's like you do love playing basketball, but it's like to what extent? And those guys, even if you're playing for just a paycheck, the guys that are playing for a paycheck, they will take it more seriously because it's a job. Because then they will be like, well, I'm not going to
yeah,
just
I
go
know.
fucking play this on the side.
But yeah, like if
Um,
anything, if you are quite literally in the NBA for the money, like I feel like those guys are never like showing up late. They're like, no, I gotta be at work on time. I'm here.
Yeah,
Like,
I will say one thing, like no matter what you do, if you do it as a job, you end up probably be having at some point, it turns into something that feels more like a chore. and quite literally a job,
Sure.
and it's something that you love, you might not want to do that. But at a certain point, though, like I'm sure as a player, it gets really tiring after playing so many years in the NBA. You're just like, fuck, I go play another game. Like, all right, if
Yeah.
it's a job, then you're kind of like, all right, I'd much rather be doing this than working in accounting right now, right? So, um, it is what it is. But right, the last thing that I have in the NFL, I don't know if you have anything else in general. It's obviously next episode will be the Super Bowl episode, so a lot more to address there for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll have full predictions, everything.
Obviously, big news over the weekend. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah from the Vikings, the former now GM of the Minnesota Vikings, let go this past week. Kind of in a surprising move, from the general public's perspective, it seems. He was at the Senior Bowl all week and then was suddenly let go. More reports have come out from Vikings insiders and stuff being like that the team might have known earlier in the week that it was going to happen, not like it was just suddenly happened and then they were like, oh my God. And just like some general inside team, turmoil going on, tension for the past year. So all those reports coming out, and the Vikings needed to make a move after last year. I thought it'd be more on coaching side of it, just because like the coaching was just bad, and they've made some alterations, but we'll see what happens. The bigger thing is that they're not going to sign or hire a GM or even start the interviewing process for a GM until after the NFL draft this year. So Rob
that when I heard that, I feel like that's a pretty big announcement to make. Like,
yeah. And I will be honest though, I like that. And this is the big thing. So Rob Brzezinski is going to run the draft from the GM role.
And how long has he been in Minnesota?
He's in the role or in Minnesota?
Just
he's been in Minnesota
working for the Vikings.
Decade. Like
okay, so he's the guy who's been there,
and he's the guy. Like the Vikings will keep him forever, and that's why also I'm just like it makes no sense. There's been talk about him being the next GM, and it just makes no sense from that perspective because he also is the
he doesn't want to be a GM.
I don't know that, but
okay.
it's more so that like he makes all of the moves on like rearranging the cap to make everything work, and like he's been an interim GM before, and it's just
he's the quant of the Vikings.
Just why would the Vikings want to do that? Like, also, I don't think he wants to do it. Like, it seems like he enjoys doing that. Otherwise, another team would have already hired him to be their GM. But I specifically like I'm pretty sure he's run drafts in the past when the Vikings have hit several drafts. He's been the one who's run them, so I'm very excited for that. And also, like the last time we were talking about this in another episode, Sean McDermott on the Bills, he drafted their first class before Brandon Beane was hired. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure Sean McDermott got 4 All-Pros in that draft. And then since then, Beane hasn't drafted as well. So now we're really going to see what the full input of kind of Kevin O'Connell potentially looks like with Rob Brzezinski at the head there. And then they'll go.
Do you have any knowledge if this is the guy who first started laughing when the Eagles took Jalen Reagor?
I don't think that he was in that phone
call. Oh, okay. I was just
entirely sure.
I was just thinking back to that moment.
I would have to go and rewatch the video. I haven't paid much attention, but yeah. So it will be interesting. A big move there. I think that puts a lot on the hot seat for Kevin O'Connell, and then free agency opens. I think there's going to be a lot less. Do
you know how involved Kevin O'Connell is in the draft process?
It sounds like he's been heavily involved in general. But I think that there means there's going to be a lot less attachment to the moves that Kwesi has made over the last year or two.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot more just we're opening up cap and stuff because we came into this whole situation with aging players, fat contracts, and old players. We had to make cap room. Great. We opened it. We got a rookie quarterback. We have all this stuff. And then they immediately spent it on aging players again. So we're right back where we started, essentially, with a quarterback issue. So we'll see what happens, but that was a very, very big move for the Vikings to make because the Wilfs have, I think, taken a lot of time making moves in the past, and this time they just
went right away.
They just went right away, and they no excuses. It was so late. Like if they were going to make a move, you would think that they were going to make it way earlier, but they didn't. So I don't know if something happened in between, but like they still made it.
There are reports going out saying that part of the reason it was fired is because he like attend like parental leave or something, which I
That's
was like,
not
that's
no.
crazy. If
That's
there's no
not
way,
no.
there's no way that's why they
The
fired.
Wills and the
No.
Vikings were very much like, and Kevin O'Connell too, were like, we should not be like
Yeah.
forcing our coaches
Well,
to not spend time.
when
with
I
their
heard that,
families.
I was like, that just is not true. There's no way.
It's not true. It's like him taking
That's a
parental leave.
scapegoat reason to
It-
claim you
him
fired him when it's like,
him
no,
taking
that's
parental
not
leave.
a
Also,
reason.
that's a horrendous look if that's the case. But
No, exactly.
him
There's so
taking
many reasons
parental
why
leave is
no.
true. Him taking parental leave is true, but that being a reason they fired him is definitely not true, like at all.
Yeah.
So it definitely is because of the drafts. The drafts have been problematic, and a lot of his marquee free agent signings have not panned out. Like, obviously, he drafted Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner's great hit. Jordan Addison, great hit. But like outside of that, it quite literally has been Will Reich as the only massive like.
You drafted him, not signed.
We drafted him. We drafted him in like the 5th round. Jalen
He
Naylor
might be
was like
one
a
of the
6th round
only
pick.
drafted kickers to hit in recent memory.
Like he's
I have
really
a theory. If you're lights out in college, there's like a 1% chance you're going to be successful in the NFL.
Good. Look at Roberto Aguayo, and Roberto Blankenship. Maybe if your name's just Roberto, it's
Rodrigo Blankenship.
Rodrigo,
Hot Rod.
sorry.
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. Yeah.
But even Jake Moody from Michigan, dude sucks in the NFL. It's like, what? That I literally dead serious. I'm not saying this as a joke. I thought Jake Moody was one of the most NFL ready talents out of Michigan in the history of that program. I'm stunned he's not good. Like, if you're telling me Zavada, the current Michigan, if Dominic Zavada isn't a weapon in the NFL, I'm going to be stunned. He might be the best NFL ready prospect in the history of the draft. Dominic Zavada. That dude's lights out from anywhere. I've never seen a kicker where it's like, it's truly automatic. Dicker's pretty damn good. He's no Zavada. Zavada's doing it on the right hash, kicking cross body, still hitting that shit. It's crazy. They should literally be teaching courses on how he kicks a ball. Soccer teams may need to pick up a thing or two from him.
Oh boy. All right.
No jokes over here at the Waterboy Pod. All business.
But I think with that, we'll probably wrap up here, and we'll get into the Super Bowl in this next episode. So with that, thank you so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, CW, Twitter, and on Instagram at Waterboy Pod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett Six and at Waterboy Grant. Post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on Instagram and TikTok as well. So make sure to check us out there so you don't miss anything else. With that, see you in the next episode. Waterboy's out. Just some quick food for thought. Roger Goodell just said he is amazed at how good our officials are when referencing the NFL referees. Thoughts? Sound off in the comments down below.